is so cold in South Wales. Yes, so somebody a couple of days ago sent me a message saying, you'd be my most favourite person in the world, but don't tell my partner, if you could do a tutorial on oops. So after checking there wasn't a typo, I did a little bit of research and it's a thing. And of course, my ego, being someone's favourite person in the world, yeah, I'll go with that. So yeah, once I've done this dog walk, I'm going to go home and show you what I learnt last night. So we've called oops. So oddly satisfying. Okay, so this is oops. Now I've used a slightly larger ring, AR size, so it's quite loose, just so I can show you. According to Maille Artisan, the ideal AR is about 3.3. I'm using these, which is actually 3.9. They're 17 SWG with an inner diameter of 5.39. But to be honest, you can use pretty much anything, it would seem. So this is nearly 4 AR, and it's going to give you a much looser. If the ideal is 3.3, then you've got quite an option there. So you don't have to use the rings that I'm doing. Something around there or smaller, slightly smaller will be absolutely fine. So yeah, oops. To get us started, I found the best way is to use a piece of European 4-in-1. Did I mention that this is also known as Unbalanced European 4-in-1? Probably not. So yeah, it works on the same principle. So what I've done is I've got a piece of European 4-in-1 that I've already done. And I've sellotaped it so that I can pick it up. And I've sellotaped it in such a way that the outside rings are loose there. And that's where I'm going to then build my oops. So if you look at it closely, it is 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's convenient. I've done a 5 by 5 piece of European 4-in-1. You could get a piece of card and maybe put 5 rings along the edge if you want to start it that way. This is the best way that I found. Like this, with the outside rings there lying facing towards me, if you like. So if you take a closer look at it there, you can see how I've got it to start. So that is how I start. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Let's have a go. So, you know how I like to sort of work out a pattern or a way of thinking to make a weave easier? Well, the way that I do this, where's my pointy thing? Oh, hang on, right. So we've got 5 rings. And what we're going to do for the first round, for want of a better word, is we're going to put a ring through the top 3. And then we're going to put a ring through the bottom 3. Now that means that middle one is going to work in both actions, right? So one's going to go through there and then also through that one and through that one for the second ring. Okay, so we're thinking about grouping 3s. There's 1 3 there and there's 1 3 there, but it also includes the middle one on both. Okay, so the first one, grab the first 3 like so. Okay, and then the next one, we want to do the bottom 3. So that also includes the one that one's already gone through. 1, 2, 3. And what happens is there's 2 moves. So that's going to be the first move where we group 3 and make it 2. Because now we've only got 2 working rings. Turning 3 into 2. Then the next row is putting rings in to make it back up to 5 so we can do the same move again. Yeah? If you can get that into your head, that makes this so much easier. So where we want to put our extra rings now, we've got 2 sets of 3 going into 2. We've got to now put in 3 rings to make our 2 5. So the first one goes in that one there, because it's behind the row we've just worked on. We've got to put 1 into that one there. Yeah. Like so. Then we want to put another one. Looking at these again, count down to the third one. So we've put 1 in that one. So there's that one. Then there's the third one. Put 1 in the third one. Top, middle and bottom. basically. There's one in the third one. And then we want to put one into the bottom one there, see? So it's working on the row previous to us making it into 2. Let's put that there. And that's now going to give us our 5 again, though they're staggered. Can you see them staggered? Whoop, boop, 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 boop. But that is essentially our 5 again. So back to the first move. We're going to take our 3s and we're going to group them into 2. So go through the 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then our second ring. Remember how we went into the one we already went through and then grab the other 2. And they're back to making our 3 into 2 again. So now we've got 2. See? So what we want to do now is make it into 3 again. And we're always doing the same thing. We're going back to this line where we've got the staggered 5. See them? They're staggered now. They weren't initially because obviously we were working on a straight line. So where you've got the staggered 5, you want to put one in the top one in the middle one in the bottom one. So, ooh, slippery boys. One in the top one. So 1, 2, 3, and put it underneath there. See where on the previous row we grouped those 3. We're putting it in the third one underneath that one. There's 2. There's our line of, hang on, put him down. There's our line of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're putting one in that 5th one at the bottom. And that will give us our 5 again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Perfect. So, and you can start to see it's almost like scales, like mermaid scales. It's just a staggered 5, staggered 5. So we're going back to our first move now where we're going to group the 5s into 2 sets of 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And then the next one's going to go in, grabbing the bottom 3. Also grabbing the one we've already grabbed with the previous ring in the middle there. Don't know how else to explain that really. And that's the 2 then. We've got our 2. And the previous row has become that staggered 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it. So you've got a row where you put in one into there, one into the middle one, and one into the bottom. And then on the next row, you're grouping them again. So picking them up. One into the top. I'm doing this without my glasses. So any criticisms about closures will be met with, I'm just going to ignore you basically. One in the middle. Okay. And one in the bottom. A staggered 5 there, there. Maybe I should have put my glasses on. Okay, just going to give us that. If we lay them out properly. There we go, we got our staggered 5 again. So we just want 2 rings to group them again. 1, 2, 3. And then the bottom 3, including the one we'd already grabbed. And that is it. That's all you've got to do, those 2 moves. I love my 2 moves. I need a t-shirt with 2 moves printed on. So the next one, I'll do one more to show you. Again, whoops. We're looking at the row previous to the 2 we've just put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 in the top, 1 in the middle, 1 in the bottom. 1 in the top. 1, 2, 3, 1 in the middle. And 1 in the bottom. Now obviously if you want to do a longer, or should I say wider piece, then you can extend this down. You start off with a longer part of European 4-in-1. And then I would do multiples of 5 to make it easier, because you're doing the same pattern then. So I'll put this last one in to show you. So again, we're grabbing those 3 there. 1, 2, 3. And then grab the bottom 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, and that special person. I hope, obviously I'm not going to mention your name, so your partner doesn't know that you now love me the best. Hopefully that makes it more clear for you. Obviously give me a shout if it doesn't. I don't know what else I can say really, but this is Oops.